Palmer. Guys, let's get down to the field. Tulane will kick it off to get this game underway. Fielded in the end zone. It's Etheridge. Brings it back out to his own 29-yard line before going out of bounds, and his offense will have the ball there. Motion from the wide receiver. Out of the gun, the inside handoff to the running back. Cross the 30 out to the 33, engage 4 on the play. Let's take a minute and talk about Cincinnati. You start the season top 25. Clearly expectations are flying your way, but with that might come some roadblocks.
Well, I think you got to take every week and every opponent one at a time. The number beside your name doesn't matter right now. The number matters late in the season. So you want to start the season fast. You want to be gelling on offense and on defense. I think that's the challenge early here.
Absolutely. Figuring out who you are. Obviously some talented pieces, well thought of in the top 25, but a lot of season to go out and prove it. Day one, game one. Make that first impression.
Love the decision-making by the quarterback there on the RPO play. Defense took everything away deep down the field, so just check it down, get it to your guy in the right flat, and let him go get yards.
Now a first down from the 45-yard line. Looking to throw, it's Bowling. Grabbed over the middle, it's Johnson. Gets it all the way down to the 39-yard line. It'll be a first down. They've done a really good job identifying mismatches, and they find one out of the backfield there.
Reese, I really don't think it's that hard. My guy is better than yours. Find the matchup across the field. Running back's got some speed. Get it in his hands quickly. Throw it to him fast. Let him make somebody miss against a slower guy that's usually a linebacker.
Let's go! From the gun, leaves it on the inside with the back. Guys, let's chat a minute about Cincinnati. Everybody uses the portal to varying degrees. Sometimes you just fill the exact right hole that you want. And this team, as they start this season, not a ton of new faces here, Jesse.
They didn't, but I don't think it's because there was a lack of effort on the part of the coaches, David. I think they believe they've got the roster in place now to have success.
Yeah, because when you bring people in, a lot of times you tick people off on your own roster. So when you only bring a few in, you cherry pick some elite talent and some real concerns that you have, sometimes it just addresses everything you need.
Swings it out to his running back. He almost picked up the first down on that one, but he'll be just a little bit short.
Listen, running backs are not just running backs anymore. You're going to be a wide receiver in today's football. And a great job sneaking out of the backfield, getting the football, letting them get some positive yards.
On the move. That'll be enough for a first down, and they got it at the 16-yard line.
I'm not sure what the quarterback saw on that one, but that was a very quick decision to take off and run with it to try to get his offense some positive yards.
The Bearcats will snap it on 1st and 10. Here we go. The RPO fire complete to the left. They get it down to the 7 on that pass play in prime position for a score.
This quarterback right now is in a groove, and he's doing a nice job in pre-snap. He's reading the coverage, and he's getting an idea of where he wants to go with the football. That's why the ball's coming out of his hands so quickly. That's why he seems like he's in a great rhythm.
And he'll race it to the house. Touchdown,
What an exciting way to start this season. This offense had a plan. They knew who they wanted to be, but you had to come out and execute. And that was a beautiful first drive, creating some momentum, not only for this offense, but for this squad to start the season.
And the extra point splits the upright. Kickoff unit is out there again, and this crowd is The give to the back. He's going to lose a yard on that one.
There was just nowhere to go for the runner on that last play. Just way too much penetration up front. As a result, they lose yardage.
Didn't get much done on that first play of the drive. It's 2nd and 11. Catch in the middle. It's Lewis. Now they've got a little room to work with. They're out to the 28 with a first down.
It's a nice job running the in route there by the receiver. And the best thing he did after he made his break, he didn't trail and fade away. He actually attacked the football. That's a good lesson for young receivers out there watching.
Got it in the middle. It's gone. There he goes. Works his way to the 41, and that is plenty to give him a first down.
I like the running back there on the route, the patience he showed, really setting it up. He got to the defender, was able to put his foot in the ground, get some separation, catch it, and turn upfield for the first.
They'll put it in play from the 41 on first down. Leaves it with the running back. They'll knock him down for a loss of a couple.
They're trying to run the football. There's just nowhere to go for the ball carrier inside. He tried to bounce it to the outside. That linebacker way too fast. He met him there and forced the TF out.
The Green Wave put itself in a mess behind the sticks here on 2nd down. Johnson looking to throw. And the pass by the hit.
Well, the quarterback knew he wanted to go to his tight end on that play. He's a big physical target, but it was the hit on the play that forced the incompletion.
The Green Wave in a world of hurt on 3rd and long. Looking to throw, and he needs a bunch. Caught over the middle. It's Lewis. This dude is just exceptional in every facet. So fluid, such a great route runner, and a big play there.
And money down, 3rd down, find him. I mean, you want to find that matchup because he's going to win. And gets a good release, gets down the field. You see that's your playmaker, that's your guy. Get it to him, get the first down.
Out of the crowd, and now he's got room.
That's a really good job by the defense, wrapping them up, getting them on the ground, take away that run game, make them one-dimensional, put them in passing situations. Really good job by the defense.
After the 3-yard pickup, they come to the line, 2nd and 7. Back to pass. Skips away from pressure. That's caught. It's gone. Across the 25. He's got room. Wrestled out of bounds at the 12, and another productive play on this drive.
And this defense is going to have their hands full because they're going to need to be comfortable with guys one-on-one on islands in the perimeter of the field. And they're just going to have to make better plays than what we saw right there. They knew this offense was going to try to be aggressive. Got to need better effort in the back end for this defense moving forward.
Sends it back in motion. The give to the running back from the shotgun. And he'll finish the run in the end zone. Touchdown, Green Wave. Can these guys just score from anywhere out there? After that drive, it sure looks that way.
And that's what separates really good offenses from great offenses. When you're backed up in a bad position and you can still fight your way out and go get you a touchdown, that's a great drive by the offense.
Coming out with it, it's Evans. Not nearly as much as he'd hoped when he brought it out of the end zone. He'll be stopped at the 15. His drive will open from the 15. Looking to throw, it's Bowling. Fires it down the seam. Makes it right down the middle. He's loose. Slippery slide. Find his way away from the crowd into the end zone. Touchdown, Cincinnati.
This offense is high octane, boy. You just saw it. Not a lot of time needed for them to go all the way and score 6. Well done.
And the extra point is true, and they're on top by 7. Kickoff unit on the field, and this defense will be called on to protect this lead. He'll bring it back from inside his 5. There to make the tackle, and that's how we'll wrap up this first period. While we're only through 1, these quarterbacks have been lighting up their stat line. Lots of time left, and we're ready to get back to it and open the second period. First play of the period, first down here. He wants to start this drive with a pass. Snagged in the middle, it's Lewis. And the defense settled in to stop that one for a short gain.
Man, it's so important when you play QB. I got to know when to put some air on it, and I got to know when to rocket that thing in there. Look in the middle of the field. He knew he needed to rock it. Threw it in there. Great job, great catch.
Tight end in motion, see how the D reacts. From the gun, they'll try to impose their running game.
Man, it's really hard to control the running game if you don't control the line of scrimmage. And how about the defensive lines doing a great job attacking those guys up front, not open up lanes to run through. Nice job just nullifying that run altogether.
The Green Wave trying to move the chains on 3rd and short. Johnson wants to throw it. He's going to let one fly down the middle. And they can't put on the big play.
Stop.
That brings up a 4th down.
Well, after giving up that touchdown on the opening drive, they had a little bit of a come to Jesus with their defensive coordinator on the sideline. I don't know what he said, but he, I think, just invoked the fear of God.
Good tackle. Good play, bro.
Sensational, dominant. This is the way they've got to play moving forward.
Good play.
The Bearcat offense ready to go back to work. They torched this defense with an explosive passing play for a score last time out. Let's see if they go right. Breaks into the open. And he'll take it in and pass it. Touchdown, Bearcats.
Just versatility. You can see he can catch it out of the backfield like a wide receiver, or he can run it. Nice job catching the football with his hands, using his speed to do the rest and get into the end zone.
And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. Here comes the offense onto the field again. Trying to start the drive with a pass. Throws to the back. Got it in the middle. It's stopped. They'll get him on the ground at the 46, and it'll be a first down.
Well, it's a nice play design there. You're getting the running back involved in the pass game. Quarterback gives it to him early so he can go to work upfield and get the first down.
Big play like that to open a drive just builds the confidence. Now first down from the 46. Johnson looking to throw. Quickly complete. Defense there to get him out of bounds as he gets him down to the 48.
Nice job there. Good timing between the QB and the wide receiver executing that out route.
Dwayne to the line, facing second and short. Out of the gun, the give to the back. His junior making his presence felt and making the stop after a short gain. Dwayne lines up on third and short. They'll stick to the ground looking for the marker. He's got first down yardage as they move it to the 44.
Well, obviously the offense went 3 and out on their last drive. They're having a little bit more success here. That was a nice run, and I think that's the key, guys. If they're able to run the football, they're going to be able to stay on the field. And I think that's something you want to think more about if you're the play caller on offense.
Looking downfield on first down. Got a man. It's stopped. Found a little bit of room to operate, but he'll be stopped just short of the first down. Dwayne right back to the line. They'll send the back in motion. Johnson wants to throw it. Lets it fly deep downfield. Touchdown, Tulane! They took a shot to the end zone and found 6 points waiting on them.
And it's so underrated. The relationship between a QB and a wide receiver, the timing, the ability to know where he's going to be and be accurate with the football, that's what leads to nice touchdowns, Jesse.
Well, and the chemistry between these two guys has to be great when they're throwing into the end zone because coverage is going to be tight. The throw might not be perfect, but this is something these two guys have been repping in practice over and over and over, and it's paying dividends now on game day.
And no chance at a return. Here they'll start this drive at their own 25. Let's see if they can get something going here late in the half. A little too anxious along that offensive line. That'll be a false start. So the decision has been made, and the coach will take the penalty. They'll give it to Johnson. And he never had a chance. Just stopped cold as soon as he got it.
And they got him down in a hurry. Nice job by the defense. Aggressive attack. Come downhill. Go get the running back. Get him on the ground.
The Bearcats with a long way to go after the loss on the last play. Quarterback adjusting the pattern. Dropping back, it's Bowling. Makes the grab down the middle. And they get to him and knock him down to prevent a bigger gain. Let's take a minute and talk about Cincinnati. By no means was it a transfer portal exodus. The number of guys they lost among the fewest in the country. But you do wonder if things have just become really transactional in the sport right now.
Well, this is a team that had a lot of success last year, and a lot of their key players want to build off of that. So to me, it's not a big surprise that these guys have decided to stick around.
Yeah, it's cool to see it, man. You don't see a lot of this in college football nowadays. A lot of people leaving. They're doing a good job of retaining their guys. They must have built a really good culture.
Now facing a 3rd and long. From the gun, wants to pass. Oh, he's going to take a shot at the DB. Brings it down on the right side. And the defense was on its heels after that long completion.
It feels like everything this play caller has called has worked so far in this first half for the offense. They've generated a really nice lead, lighting up the scoreboard, and they're staying aggressive. They're throwing the football. They're dictating everything right now to the defense.
And the Bearcats have it with a 1st and 10. Toss sweep to the right. He'll pick up the few before being knocked out of bounds at the 31.
And those body blows really, really matter. Like, I want to be able to hand the ball off to my running back 10, 15 times a game. Make the defense tackle them, wear them out. Sometimes these 3 to 4 yard runs, later in football games, they turn into 5 to 15 to 20 yard gains just because of the body blow effect.
They make the stop, trying to pick up just a little bit at a time to get to that 1st down marker. And the Bearcats are at the line trying to move the sticks on 3rd and short. Quarterback keeps it. They've got enough for the 1st down. They're in the red zone at the 20.
You know, you talk so much about QBs, right? Having to make really good decisions. There's a great example. He didn't see anybody open downfield. He didn't hesitate for 1 second. He put his head down, and he took off and went running and generated an explosive play for the offense.
The Bearcats kept this drive moving on the ground. Now back to work. They'll move the tight end. Power football with the run. He'll be down at the 4-yard line after that terrific
You should have to call a timeout.
1st down, you know you always want to establish the running game. How about this offense? Nothing fancy. Run the football, be physical, get a big game.
This offense has been running up and down the field, and here they are, 1st and goal, a chance to tack on another one before halftime. He pushes it forward all the way to the 2-yard line. See if they can get it done on 2nd and goal. Wide receiver going in motion. On the move. And they add 6 more to the board with that trip to the house.
How big is that for this offense? Put a nice drive together, get the touchdown, add to this lead already. Everything right now, Palmer, going nowhere.
Yeah, that was as good a 2-minute type situation as you could have offensively. David, they've got so many weapons on this offense. They practice these situations all the time, and they put it to work here at the end of the 1st half.
And he's going to bring this one out. Rolling the dice to bring it out of the end zone did not work out as he stopped at the 13. Johnson looking to throw. Oh, he's going to try to hit him over the top. Oh, he dropped it. That deep ball was right on
What a flaw.
You just have to make that catch.
Good read.
Great job by the back end of the defense that time, making up for what the front end of the defense couldn't do. The quarterback had all day to throw that ball, but it was the hit and coverage that forces the incompletion.
These corners backing off a bit. Right back up top on 2nd and 10. Nowhere close on that one as he got drilled trying to deliver the football, and now they face 3rd down.
This offensive line's got to do a better job. I mean, he doesn't even have time to go through his progressions. You got to give your QB some time. You got to make him feel comfortable. They didn't. They got in there quick, fast, and in a hurry.
Trying to move the sticks on 3rd down through the air. And that's incomplete. A defender all over him. Not
Yeah, we
on
get
the
something.
ground. 4th down coming up. Tulane forced to send out the punt unit. This will be the 2nd time they've had to kick it away. Makes the catch around the 50. Wide open, and it's a foot race.
This offense is clicking. They've been doing it all first half. Running the ball, throwing the ball. They had insult to injury with another touchdown here right before teams go into the tunnel. This defense, guys, they have got to find some answers. They've got to regroup here at halftime.
And they split the upright on the extra point. They're up 35. Kickoff unit on the field, and this defense will be called on to protect this lead. And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. Waning seconds of the first half. Let's see just how aggressive they'll be. From the shotgun, the inside give. Oh, he's got some space. Good call, good execution as they move the chains, and they have a 1st down at the 38. We played 2 quarters here. Time to go to Kevin Connors in our halftime update. And the Bearcats will line up to kick off and start the 2nd half. And he's not going to take the touchback. I know he thinks he can house every return, but sometimes you just have to take a knee as he stopped at the 14. Tulane has it back in the offense, coming out to go on the attack. They come into this 3rd quarter with a lot of work they need to get done.
Yeah, and it starts with this possession. And I'm going piece by piece. I know this is coach speak and very simple.
Breaks a tackle, and he's got room. And he's brought down after a nice game.
And that's why play action is going to be big in this game. You saw how it just frees the 2nd level of that defense just for a second and allowed the tight end to work himself vertically down the field. But how about this guy after the catch, right? So hard to bring down. What a weapon.
He's brought down quickly. Minimal gain there. Still a bit short of the 1st down. Line getting set on 2nd down. Johnson wants to throw it.
Oh,
Caught near the stick.
should have just stayed. Stay there. Stay. Commit. Commit.
Here comes Tulane after picking up the 1st down. Here's a quick throw out to the left. Stopped after a good pickup, and he'll be just a tad short of the 1st down.
Yeah, and he runs a quick out route. Now, this is a timing route. Quarterback has to trust him, throw him the football. You can tell they've thrown this a time or two. Nice job, nice success.
The give to the tailback. tackle is made at the 27. Let's give him 10 yards on the play, and it is enough for a first down.
And the offense with a nice run, breaks off a little bit of run, gets a first down. Oh, and here they go again. First down, you've seen this. They like to go fast.
The Green Wave with plenty of options here on second and short. Wants to go up top. Catch in the middle. It's stopped. They'll get it down to the 10-yard line on that completion. Tulane didn't start this drive with very good field position, but now they've got a chance to operate. From the gun, the ground game.
Nice.
He
Ooh,
pushes
nice.
his way down to the floor as they get closer and closer. Going to work in the red zone. They can't pick up the first down without getting it into the end zone. They'll try to get the edge with the toss play here. And he's knocked down, but there's also laundry on the field. We'll see what the officials have called. Let's see what they've got on second down. From the shotgun, the handoff to the back. He's brought down at the 7-yard line, and they are threatening to take it in. The terrain gets rough this deep in the red zone. Third down, they can't pick up the first without scoring. Johnson looking to throw. Firing to the right, complete. And they gave him no chance to get loose, and they force a fourth down. Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. A famous writer once said, most men lead lives of quiet desperation. Here is a desperate move, going for it on fourth down, trailing by double figures. He'll try to throw and pick up the first down. Touchdown, Green Wave! Fitted in the window for the score. Sometimes we ask coaches about halftime adjustments, and they go blah, 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 blah. And then sometimes they make some good ones.
Sometimes that blah, 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 blah actually works, but it's working now. But it might be too little too late, but at least you got the party started.
The kickoff unit is out there, and boy, did that last drive quiet this crowd. He'll bring it out. It's Etheridge. Stopped at the 26, brought it out in the end zone, picked up an extra yard. Here comes the Cincinnati offense back on the field. Their lead now down to 14. Might feel a little game pressure on quarterback, feeling the pressure, and down he goes at the 22.
I think going into halftime trailing, this defense knew that they were going to have to start making plays here in the second half. And early in the third quarter here on this drive, they get a sack. That is really good news for this defense.
The Bearcats trying to find their way forward after the big loss on the last play. Wants to fire on second down. Finds his man. It's Johnson. And he's tackled, but there's also a flag on the field. Let's see what the call is. A very productive play until it was wiped out by that penalty, and they'll go back to work. The Bearcats now with a long way to go to pick up the first down. They'll move the wide receiver. Looking to throw, it's Boley. Zings it complete to the right. Stumbled to the ground.
And Quarterback, receiver on the same page. Nice job seeing the zone, understanding the drag route concept. Easy pitch, easy catch.
Third down coming up after the completion. Looking downfield, and he needs a bunch. He makes the grab. He's going to come up a couple of yards short of the first down. I understand the desire to keep the ball, but going for it inside your own 40? Big tight end makes the grab. It's a first down. They get it out of bounds. Couple of yards short of midfield. They'll mark it at the 48, and this offense is rolling. The Bearcats will line it up on 1st and 10. Wants to throw again. Here's the hit hard as he released the ball on that first down pass, and it never had a chance.
I don't know about the decision that time by the quarterback. He may have been expecting man coverage, but that time the defense was in zone, and they did a really nice job closing the window. The intended target was not open, and that's why that one fell incomplete.
Motion from the wideout. Might be calling a hot route. They'll go back to the air on 2nd down. Got a man. It's Johnson. Cutting it off. Nice pitch and catch there.
Got lucky there.
First down.
It's a nice play call there. You've got 2-possession lead. You're trying to keep the defense guessing.
That was a good ass ball, wasn't it?
Lead, they know you're going to run it, but you still have got to be able to sprinkle in some shot plays and some vertical throws. That was really, really good thinking on that last play call by the offense.
Looking for a man. It's Bowling. Using the quick game. They stop him almost immediately. Short gain there, and still a little ground to cover to pick up the first. These two quarterbacks have produced as we check out their numbers after 3. They had a chance to mull things over. Let's see how they start the final period here on 2nd down. They'll go to the ground. Picks up the first down, still moving. And he'll step into the end zone. Touchdown, Cincinnati!
Anytime you've got a successful run play on the ground, you've got to have great blocking up front. The offensive line, receivers, everybody doing their job. And that helped lead to the home run.
Kickoff unit on the field, and this defense will be called on to protect this lead.
17.
And it'll come out to the 25. No attempt at a return. The Tulane offense headed back onto the field. They'll start this drive going to the air. Fires to the wideout.
Oh,
And that pass incomplete. The defense got a hand on it.
give me
This offense wants to get back
That was
to
good,
this.
man. That was
I think they're
good
gonna see a lot
time.
of this. Defense playing a little bit more zone, conservative, great eyes on the quarterback, breaking on the football, batting the ball down. They're going to force you to throw the football down the field.
Johnson wants to throw it. Makes the grab. It's Goff. They make the stop, trying to pick up just a little bit at a time to get to that first down mark.
Well, and here's the problem offensively. Because you're trailing by so much so late in the game, the defense now is going to be playing big zone coverages, and they're going to allow you to throw the ball underneath in the middle of the field, rally to make a tackle, and bleed the clock. It's going to be hard now for this offense to claw their way back in this one.
The Green Wave trying to move the chains on 3rd and short. They'll try to get it through the air. And a missed opportunity on 3rd down as as the defense knocks it free, and fourth down is coming up.
It's a nice adjustment by the defense here. With a big lead in the game, you're putting extra DBs on the field, knowing the offense has to throw to get back in this one in the fourth quarter. So your best cover guys on the field, and they force an incompletion on the last one.
Oh, they're after him. Gets drilled as he throws. The big pressure on fourth down, and they'll get it back.
There's not many play calls on the sheet for a bunch of points really quickly. So you got to go for it here. I like the aggressiveness, but this offense continues to miss the mark, and they just got to score more points. They got to do better. Right, Palmer? That's expert analysis. They got to do better.
And this one will be stopped for no gain.
It's going to be tough sledding for the offense here. They're trying to ice this game by running the football and bleeding the clock. They've got a pretty good lead here late in the game, but the defense knows the run's coming, right? So they're going to be loading the line of scrimmage, getting stops like what they just did. It'll be interesting to see what the offense does on this next one.
Wide receiver comes in motion. Handoff from the gun. They could have used a little bit more there. Pick up of 3. It's 3rd and 7.
And here's the mindset if you're on offense. Fourth quarter, you've got a huge lead. Obviously, you're going to run the football, but just be aware of the clock. You don't want to snap it too quickly. You're probably just doing safe runs inside the tackles like you saw right there. You just got to execute. You got to be aware, but you've got this game in hand so long as you don't turn it over.
Offenses know and work on it all week. Third downs. We got to be really, really good. This offense not good on this third down. It could come back to bite.
Good right down the boulevard.
I got lucky there too.
Will extend their lead even further.
God damn, that was the slowest kick.
Kevin Connors. What's going on, Kevin?
Boys expect the unexpected in college football, and for some, this update could fall under that category. Baylor found a way to pull out a victory. It wasn't vintage Bears football today. Those BU fans won't remember this one forever, but they will remember it was a W. All that speculation all week, and now we know. But something tells me, fellas, we haven't heard the last of either of these teams.
Yeah, how about that? Sounds as if they had a good ball game there, Kevin. Thanks for the update.
Well, we see another catch by this guy. This defense is going to need to do a better job of tackling the catch. In coverage, I know they want to slap the ball away, but if you can't do it and force the incompletion, you've got to at least make sure you're able to drag him down to the ground as soon as he catches the ball.
Johnson looking to throw. The sweet feet keeping the play alive. He'll pull it down and run. He's knocked out of bounds as he gets it across midfield and down to the 46.
Nice job on the defense. You got to dial into your keys. You got to make sure you're reading those guys up front. They did a good job. They saw it. They pulled the trigger. They knew the quarterback had it. They weren't fooled. Strung it out. Did a nice job of limiting the damage with that QB.
Not much running room there thanks to this senior defender. Dwayne lines up on 3rd and short. They'll try to get the first through the air. Can't make the connection on 3rd down thanks to that tough, hard-nosed pass defense, and now it's 4th down.
It's going to be difficult for this offense, man. Just where are they going to find the plays? You can tell the defense sitting back. They're playing nickel. They're playing dime. So you need some receivers to step up, make some yards after the catch, some contested plays. This offense has got to do something, and they got to do it quick.
It's dropped. Oh, what a tough way to end this drive. They spun that wheel of fortune on 4th down and come up bankrupt. The Bearcat offense ready to go back to work. David, they couldn't pay off that last drive with a touchdown.
Now, they moved the ball down the field and executed like they wanted to until they stalled out and had to settle for a field goal.
I think if you want to take the next step, too, here and score a touchdown, you got to start finding more creative ways to get your best players the ball. Let's see if they can do that here.
After picking up a couple at 2nd and 8. Got the quick pass. Out of bounds at the 43-yard line after the huge pickup. They showed great trust in their quarterback right right there, and why not? He's had an outstanding game.
An outstanding game, has taken care of the football. Now, late in the game, you got the lead. That first down now tells me now it's time to start running the football, run the...
There he goes. And they take it in for 6 more points.
In the second half, looking a lot like the first half, and this lead continues to build. How about the rhythm of this offense? They are showing you a little bit of everything. What they worked on in the offseason has been right on point. Game one going exactly how they scripted it.
Looks like he's going to bring it out. I know he thinks he can house every return, but sometimes... Tulane has it back in the offense, coming out to go on the attack. That fourth down gamble didn't pay off on the last drive, and it led to giving up a scoring drive, David.
Yeah, and everybody wants to go for it on fourth down. Everybody wants that, but your defense sometimes has to bail out your decision-making. We decided to go for it. We didn't get it. The defense, Jesse, didn't come up big and prove me right.
Yeah, not complimentary football, no doubt. But look, this offense has been in these situations before, so you got to come back out here, take the field. It's a fresh set of downs, brand new drive. Let's go out and execute, put some points on the board.
Has the sticks, and he may get more. Shoved out of bounds right at the 35-yard line in the running game, getting the job done.
That's a really nice game. It just would have been really nice to see this from this offense earlier. Now you're getting to the point where there's a couple of thought processes. Do I build momentum for next week? Do I try to get this offense, the ground game clicking, or do I throw the football every play and try to make this football game close?
Johnson wants to throw it, and he got smacked just as he released the pass. It's incomplete.
And we need more of this from this defense, man. They have let this guy have too much time to throw the football. They haven't gotten that jersey dirty yet, haven't sacked him, but this is just as good as a sack. Getting to him, hitting him, letting him feel the physicality of this game, and not letting him feel comfortable.
That's reeled in. It's gone. And he broke one tackle on the way to a solid pickup there.
You know, it's funny. I know running backs oftentimes are afterthoughts when it comes to the passing game, but when you think about it, this guy's been making people miss his entire life taking handoffs. So why wouldn't you try to get him involved in the passing game as well? You just saw in that last play how dangerous he is after the catch.
And it's caught inside the 25. Just outside the red zone as they pick up the first down. They'll spot it at the 22. Tulane didn't start this drive with very good field position, but now they've got a chance to operate. From the shotgun, they'll run it. He's wrestled to the ground right at the 15-yard line, and a big red zone opportunity here. Tulane to the line, facing second and short. A 2-minute timeout arrives, and we've certainly seen miracles in college football, and they will certainly need one here. And now on second down for this offense. The give to the back. Got some room, entered to the goal line. And he'll take it in for the touchdown. It won't have much impact on the outcome of the game, but it is a fabulous parting gift, a consolation prize, if you will.
Yeah, and this offense needs a spark, man. Down big. Listen, this game one, it's not the end of the world, but we got a deficit. Got to put some drives together. Nice drive here. Now the defense needs to do their part because they got to put this thing in turbo.
And no chance at a return here. They'll start this drive at their own 25. They'll put this one in play. First snap of the drive from the 25. They'll run the ball. The clock is on their side. This junior making his presence felt and making the stop after a short gain.
And I tell you what, it's really nice at this point in the game if you can lean on your run game. When you have the lead, you've got the football late in the game, you can chew that clock and start to really make that defense have a little bit of panic.
One man in the backfield, and he gets it. He has a knack for taking away the tackler's leverage. He's out to the 34.
And there's nothing more frustrating than when you get late in the game and you know they're running the football and you don't stop them. It's been that kind of day for this defense. They haven't played well. They're going to have to go to the well. They're going to have to figure some things out. Practice this week, I can promise you, will not be a lot of...
Breaks into the open.
And this offense has done a really good job late in this football game. Man, you put a premium on the fourth quarter and maximizing possessions, and they've put touchdowns on the board. They've done a great job. Nice last play, too. Keep that momentum going and get out of here with the win.
The quarterback takes a snap and takes a knee.